Okay, Matt and Steve here. I want to talk about averages. What does it mean to average two numbers? So if I had the numbers A and B, do you know what the formula for the average is?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. The formula for their average is A plus B over 2. But what does that mean? If we have two stacks of pennies here and we want to know the average height, what it's saying is if we tried to make them the same height, how tall are they? There, so we did it. So now they're the same height. That's the average. So if we started with something like this, where they're in balance, right? This one's big and this one's short. Mm-hmm. When we average them, now they're the same height. Okay, that's what average means. And we could do the same thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks of pennies. So the formula for the average of 8 numbers would be we add all of these up and we divide by 8. And what that would mean is we try to make them all the same height. Like, I won't do it here because it's probably boring. But we keep moving them around till they're all the same height, and that's the average. Okay? Let me show you how PG&E calculates an average. So here is my daily electricity usage, the height of these bars. And here they say average daily usage. Now look at this. I just said if we made all the stacks of pennies the same height, but let's count how many of them are above average and how many of them are below average. Well, the below average is they're much fewer, so it's easier to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days below average and 26 days above average. So this does not make sense. If these were stacks of pennies and we were to level them off at the same height, it would not be here. It would have to be up a little higher because these deficits here have to exactly counterbalance the ones over it. And there's way more over it. So what that means is PG&E does not know how to calculate an average. This is completely wrong. This line that they drew is not the average. So do I have any confidence that PG&E knows how to calculate an average? No, clearly it's wrong. By using the stack of pennies, did I convince you?
Yeah, it sounds like they're ripping you off, buddy.
And then, do I have any confidence that they can bill me the correct amount? If you can't calculate an average, that's kind of weird, huh? So the average of two numbers is just A plus B divided by 2. The average of three numbers would be A plus B plus C divided by 3. Now, if we have n numbers, we use these little subscripts, x sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 plus, and so on, plus x sub n. That just means the nth number in the list, and we divide that by the n is the number of numbers we have. Maybe we have 10 numbers, for example, and we divide by 10. Now I want to introduce this Greek letter sigma. This is a capital sigma here, which just means sum. It's just notation. It's just how we write it down from I equals 1 to n of x sub I. So what that means, it's just a notation. It literally just means x sub 1 plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 plus so on plus xn. That's what this I, it means I starts at 1 and goes up to n. And then if we put a 1 over n here, we divide this by n. So that's the average. So that's what the average is mathematically. Now that we all understand what averages are, and like we're looking for, if we had all this variation in the penny heights and I wanted to construct the average, then the average would be completely flat.
I think you're gonna have a lot of people looking at their PG&E statements when they get home today.
look at your PG&E statement and see where they draw this horizontal line, and you'll see most of your days are they're calculating the average incorrectly. So did this sigma notation make sense?
Yeah, now that you explained it.
So I was showing some calculus Taylor series, and he's like, what the heck is that big letter? So it's a capital sigma. It's just notation for summing up a series. And thank you very much.